Learn what is to be taken seriously and laugh at the rest. Words do not express thoughts very well. They always become a little different immediately after they are expressed, a little distorted, a little foolish. We are not going in circles. We are going upwards. The path is a spiral. We have already climbed many steps. Those who are too lazy and comfortable to think for themselves and be their own judges obey the laws. Others sense their own laws within them. If time is not real, then the dividing line between this world and eternity, between suffering and bliss, between good and evil, is also an illusion. In each individual, the spirit is made flesh. In each one, the whole of creation suffers. In each one, a Savior is crucified. Within you, there is a stillness and a sanctuary to which you can retreat at any time and be yourself. When you are a beginner in anything, be it life, art, or business, you can be as free as a child. But as you grow more experienced, you must become more disciplined. You are only afraid if you are not in harmony with yourself. People are afraid because they have never owned up to themselves. If you hate a person, you hate something in him that is part of yourself. What isn't part of ourselves doesn't disturb us. It is not for me to judge another man's life. I must judge, I must choose, I must spurn purely for myself alone. When dealing with the insane, the best method is to pretend to be sane. Youth ends when egotism does. Maturity begins when one lives for others. If a man has nothing to eat, fasting is the most intelligent thing he can do. Eternity is a mere moment, just long enough for a joke. It is not our purpose to become each other. It is to recognize each other, to learn to see the other, and honor him for what he is. The greatest happiness you can have is knowing that you do not necessarily require happiness. Love your suffering. Do not resist it. Do not flee from it. It is only your aversion to it that hurts, nothing else. Some of us think holding on makes us strong, but sometimes it is letting go. Knowledge can be communicated, but not wisdom. One can find it, live it, do wonders through it, but one cannot communicate and teach it. The bird fights its way out of the egg. The egg is the world. Who would be born must first destroy a world. All men are prepared to accomplish the incredible if their ideals are threatened. What could I say to you that would be of value, except that perhaps you seek too much, that as a result of your seeking, you cannot find. Seeking means to have a goal, but finding means to be free, to be receptive, to have no goal. A house without books is a poor house. Even if beautiful rugs are covering its floors and precious wallpapers and pictures cover its walls. Every man has his secret sorrows which the world knows not, and oftentimes we call a man cold when he is only sad. A tree has something to say to us. Be still. Be still. Look at me. Home is within you, or home is nowhere at all. Whoever wants music instead of noise, joy instead of pleasure, soul instead of gold, creative work instead of business, passion instead of foolery, finds no home in this trivial world of ours. I live in my dreams. That's what you sense. Other people live in dreams, but not in their own. That's the difference. Often, it is the most deserving people who cannot help loving those who destroy them. The call of death is a call of love. Death can be sweet if we answer it in the affirmative, if we accept it as one of the great eternal forms of life and transformation. It is possible for one never to transgress a single law and still be a bastard. Within us, there is someone who knows everything, wills everything, does everything better than we ourselves. Lack of friends is a sign that a man has many hobbies and time. The mind is a wonderful servant, but a terrible master. You have to try the impossible to achieve the possible. I have been and still am a seeker, but I have ceased to question stars and books. I have begun to listen to the teaching my blood whispers to me. Without words, without writing, and without books, there would be no history. There could be no concept of humanity. When you like someone, you like them in spite of their faults. When you love someone, you love them with their faults. People with courage and character always seem sinister to the rest. Meaning and reality were not hidden somewhere behind things. They were in them, in all of them. One never reaches home, but wherever friendly paths intersect, the whole world looks like home for a time. Happiness is a how, not a what. A talent, not an object. Every form of addiction is bad, no matter whether the narcotic be alcohol, morphine, or idealism. Because the world is so full of death and horror, I try again and again to console my heart and pick the flowers that grow in the midst of hell.